Hey, fish keepers! It's that time of year again. It's time for the American Cichlid Association Convention, and it's actually coming to my hometown of Springfield, Massachusetts, and I am really excited about it. Now, this is actually going to be my first convention that I'm going to be attending, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we're going to learn a lot about the ACA convention today because my guest who is going to be joining me is one of the chairs for this year's ACA 2015 convention that is taking place right here in Springfield, Mass on July 30th through August 2nd. A lot of great things happening this year's ACA convention right here in Springfield, Mass. And like I said, it's taking place in my hometown, so I can't wait to attend this year. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome a man that's responsible for a lot of the things happening this year, Mr. Jim Kenniston. Jim, welcome to the show today. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, thank you, Alex. Good to be here. And I want to say hi to all the fish keepers out there. Just in case people don't know, cichlids are just one class of fish, or actually maybe I think it's a class or possibly a family. I think it's a family maybe. And they're the mean ones. They're the fish that when you go to the pet store and you say, what about that one? They say, oh, no, you don't want that one. That one will kill everything you have. So, these are the fish that some of us in the country are very attracted to, and we think they have a better personality and are more interesting than other kinds of fish. So this convention is primarily for cichlids, but there might be some catfish and things like that might show up at an auction as well.
Yeah, I'm really interested because we had never had a convention like this come to Springfield, Mass, so it's pretty interesting, a first-time thing for us.
Well, this ACA convention has never been to New England at all. So you're right. This is the first time. It goes around the country every year. It's in a different city, and we put in a bid a couple of years ago to bring it here to New England. And the Sheraton in Springfield is a beautiful hotel. It's got the room, and they've been very nice to us. They've given us a nice rate there for the rooms, and we think it's the perfect place for the convention this year.
So what exactly is the ACA convention?
Well, the ACA convention is a lot of different things that all kind of go on at about the same time. There are going to be speakers, and these are the people that, if you've been in the hobby for any amount of time, you've probably heard of most of these people. These are the people that go on expeditions and wade in streams and dive in lakes and collect fish, import fish, write articles, classify. These are the ones that take the photographs that you see in books. They're the ones that write the books. So these are the who's who. It's an awesome speaker list, and you get to hear them talk about things that they're an expert in, and even though these people do from time to time give talks at local clubs, they always wait until the ACA convention to bring out their new stuff. So you get the latest. They like to launch their new material every year at the ACA convention, so you get to hear it before anyone else does. And the people on our list, we have Wayne Leibel, Leif DeMason, Ad Connings, Rusty Wessel, Dr. Paul Loisel, Charlie Grimes, Jaap-Jan de Grief, Al Sabetta, and Dr. Claudia Westphal. So it's an awesome list. There's a little bit there for everyone. There's nutrition talks, there's humor, there's old world, new world, you name it. We've got most of the major lakes and rivers covered with these speakers. But beyond talks, we've got 3 different auctions that are going to be going on. One on Thursday night for dry goods. That's donated product from various manufacturers, fish foods and stuff like that, heaters. You get the idea. And Friday night there's an auction by a group of women that have been doing this for a couple of decades now, called the Babes. and they put on a hilarious auction on Friday night. They auction off rare and endangered live fish, and all the proceeds go to the research and conservation funds that the ACA runs. And they just have a great time. Some of the stuff is a little risque, but that all adds to the fun. And then Sunday is the big auction that the general public can come to. You don't need to be registered for the convention to come to the Sunday auction, and there'll be mostly live fish at that. We also have a couple of tours if people want to go to Boston and see the aquarium there, or if they want to go to Old Sturbridge Village. These are the tours on Thursday and Friday, bus trips that we make available, and there's a hospitality suite every single night from Wednesday through Sunday, in which we open up a room where there's going to be a keg with free beer flowing, and people that are registered for the convention get to sit in there and chat with maybe the speakers, maybe old friends, maybe new friends that they've met, talk about cichlids and fish and anything else they want while enjoying a few free beers, and so it's kind of a big party. And there's vendor rooms where you can go and see the manufacturers and all the things that they've got to sell or to donate. A lot of the stuff is just given away. When you register for this convention, for the $55 you put down to register, and which gets you into all the things I've mentioned, all the speaker talks, etc. But they also hand you a bag full of goodies. Last year's registration bag had over $125 worth of free stuff in it. So you're already ahead of the game when you pay $55 and you walk out with more than double that in stuff that's been donated. So it really, I could just go on all day. All the different things that are going on, all the different things you have. People sell fish out of their rooms. We have a rental room where people can rent tanks, and they sell fish directly to the people in the convention from their rental tanks. That way they don't necessarily have to set up a tank in their room or in a vendor room. So really there's a lot going on, and it's a beautiful hotel. Hope people come out and check it out, especially if they're in New England, because this might be the one and only chance you ever get to have it come this close to home.
Well, that's awesome, and I definitely agree with you. I hope all of our Western Mass fish keepers definitely come and check it out, because that's a really good deal. $55, you can hear some wonderful fish keepers talk, actually fish experts talk, and then you can go to some wonderful auctions and go tour New England Aquarium and such. That's a great deal. $55 is cheap, in my opinion.
You're right. It's a great deal. Some people will get their money's worth, like I said, with the registration bags right out of the gate. Some people will get their money's worth out of free beer, So, and all the talks, that's just all icing on the cake, and the opportunity to go right up to the vendor tables and talk to the people that sell things or that make things, and also to be able to buy fish right from a room full of people that are selling fish. This is just a great opportunity for all the people that like the same kind of fish that you do to all get together at the same time in sort of a party atmosphere. It's a very fun 4 days if you're into cichlids and fish.
Awesome. So you're able to purchase fish there. That's great. Sounds like a very, very fun time. So if someone was from Western Mass, how would they be able to register?
Well, the best way to register is to go online. Our website is ACA Convention 2015.com, and on that website you can do everything. You can register for the convention. You can order T-shirts. By the way, we've already sent the T-shirt order out, so we did factor in like an extra 50 beyond what was ordered. So, there should be hopefully some shirts available when you get there, but the sizes we ordered are the sizes we ordered, and when they're gone, they're gone. So at this point, you're probably better off ordering off the internet, because that way you can find out how many are left and get what you want. You wait till you show up, and there might not be anything left. So you can buy banquet tickets. There's a big banquet on Saturday night. You sit at the meal and you get to hear all the people that won the various categories in the show, which I didn't even mention as a fish show. People bring in their magnificent show fish, and we have different categories for each fish, and there's a first, second place, third place, that sort of thing in each category. There's also an art and a photography show, and those awards will be given out at the banquet. Plus, we have a speaker that's going to give a very humorous talk at the banquet. So these are things in the tours. You can pay for all that stuff online. Anything that we're selling, you can order it ahead of time, and that's probably the best way. You also could be a walk-in registration. You could walk in anytime from Wednesday to Saturday, and go up to the registration table and just pay you $55 and get a registration bag, and hopefully there's a shirt your size that's not sold if you want one. So really there's different ways to do it, but the preferred way is ACAconvention2015.com. And that's where you can get all the rest of the information. You can look up the bios for each speaker. You can look up the trips and information on the hotel. Get a reservation with a special link if you want to stay the night, any of these nights at the hotel. It's a real good idea to use the ACA link because we have a much cheaper price than you can get if you just call the hotel.
Yeah, that's true, and I really do recommend all my listeners out there to really consider going to the ACA because there's going to be some wonderful people there, like Waru Joe is going to be there, Sam Garcia, the nature artist is going to be there, and some other wonderful people. So I can't wait to meet all these wonderful fish keepers myself.
Oh, it's an excellent opportunity. The speakers, these are people that you read the magazine articles. For example, Cichlid News, the staff of Cichlid News, which is Leif DeMason and Wayne Leibel and Ad Cunnings, they're all going to be at the convention. They're all going to be speaking, and when they're not speaking, they're walking around, and they're very approachable. They like to talk fish with people, and then they come to the hospitality suite afterwards, and you sit around and have a beer with them and talk fish with them. Where else can you do that? It's a great opportunity.
And you could buy some rarer quality cichlids for cheap, too, at the ACA.
Well, I can't promise they'll be cheap. When you're talking about an auction, you never know. You just never know. I've seen some very good fish go for little, but let me tell you, last year down in Louisville at the Babes auction on Friday night, there was one fish in a bag, and by the time they got to auction it, the fish had expired. So they were holding up a bag with a dead fish in it, and people bid on the dead fish. I think it went for $40. So you don't always get a bargain, but people know that money is going towards the Guy Jordan Research Fund and the Dr. Paul Loisel Conservation Fund, so it's all donated for a worthy cause, and nowhere else is a dead fish going to sell for $40.
Yeah, that's true. So what exactly is the Guy Jordan Fund?
Well, the Guy Jordan Fund is the research fund, and the Paul Loisel Fund is the conservation fund. These are the two places that the AC puts a lot of their money. These projects are going on. They fund different people that are trying to protect some of the species that are out there in different endangered places in the environment, or that are doing research to try and improve the hobby or try and improve the environment of different species of fish that we might be interested in. So any project that they look into and they think is worthy of the funding, whether it's research or conservation, the ACA likes to donate money to those projects so that they can improve our hobby around the world. And so those are the two big places that that a lot of this money goes to, and all of the money from the Babes auction on Friday night goes to those two funds.
That's very good. And I know that there's something very big coming up for kids. I know a lot of people have families, and I want to talk about this tonight because I know this is something that the local people are going to be interested in, and that's the kids' fish tank decorating contest. Would you mind explaining that to all of our listeners out there who have kids?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. This is an excellent opportunity. You know, the people that manufacture the tanks and the fish food and all the products that go into fish keeping, they want to spread the hobby to a younger generation. Some of the kids nowadays they don't go out and play as much as they used to. They sit in front of a computer screen all the time, and they're not all necessarily taking up hobbies like fish keeping. So the manufacturers have gotten together, especially Spectrum Brands, and they've donated 50 fish tanks. And not just the tank, the whole thing. LED lighting, a glass top, a canopy, a heater, filtration units, everything, including decor. So there's plastic plants and there's little ornaments and things you could put in, and they're going to have all that stuff out on the table, and 50 kids are going to be able to go in there and decorate the tank however they like. Another company called Estes is donating all the gravel, so kids can pick whatever color gravel they like. Another company, Seagrass Farms down in Florida, is donating live fish, and the kids will get to select up to 15 fish that they like and put them in their tank, and then some judges are going to determine, first and second and third place, etc. But really, everybody is a winner because they all get to take the entire setup home. They get to take the tank, all the things in it, the gravel, the fish themselves, the plants, the ornaments, everything but the water. That'd be a little too heavy. So we'll take the water out. We'll put the fish in a bag for them, and they really get all of this for free. The only thing that we've discovered is that if we don't charge a little something, sometimes the kids don't show up. This happened a couple of years ago, and it's a shame to have those setups all sitting there waiting for a kid, and the kid doesn't show, and it's someone else might have wanted to have that opportunity. So they now charge $10 just kind of to hold the spot and make sure that people show up, and then they donate that money to the Guy Jordan Research Fund. So no one's making a dime off this. This is all donated, and it's all brand new stuff. So a child, and anyone between the ages of 8 and 16 qualifies for this. A child gets to come in, and they don't have to register for the convention. Their mom or dad or anyone can come on in with them, come in on Saturday, and go on in and decorate their own tank that'll be waiting for them however they like, and pick stuff they want to put in it and pick the fish they want, and they get to go home, and for $10 they've got a brand new complete soup to nuts setup, including the fish, all ready to go. It's an excellent opportunity if you happen to live anywhere near the Springfield area and you have some time on Saturday. That would be, I guess, the 1st of August. I highly recommend. There are spots left, and once again, you can go on that website, ACA Convention 2015.com, and you can go right on there, and under the registration tab, you can go down and find the Kids Tank Decorating Contest, and sign your child up, pay the $10, and you bring home probably $200 worth of stuff. It's an excellent opportunity, and we hope that this gets a child going forward becoming a new hobbyist, and that's kind of the whole purpose of this. We want kids to take up the hobby that we've loved so much over the years, and we want to share that. So I really, really strongly urge anybody that's got some time on Saturday and a child, bring them down, let them see a little convention going on, and give them a chance to start on a lifelong hobby that has been satisfying for so many people.
I think that's awesome, and $10 is a great deal considering how much some of the stuff can go for. So hopefully some of our Western Mass area residents and everyone from New England will bring their kids and enter into the fish tank decorating contest. That's going to be something really good. So I'll talk my brother into doing it because I know he's a fish keeper. He's got a couple tanks going now, but he'll love another tank. So that's awesome. That's really, really good. Doing something good for the younger kids, keeping stuff positive nowadays.
Yes, and just for people that live fairly close to the convention, like I said, the kids tank decorating contest, excellent opportunity for anyone with a child that lives close, and the Sunday auction, again, you don't have to register for the convention for either of those, and just show up on Sunday and you're all set. But there's another thing that anyone that's planning on driving to the convention should be aware of. That way maybe they could plan a little. But there are 12 different complete setups that Spectrum Brands is donating to the convention. And we set them up at different places in the hotel, out in the hallways and everything, out in the lobbies, and fill them with, rocks and sand and driftwood and plants and things to make them look attractive. And the Florida fish farmers donate beautiful fish, magnificent fish. These are the fish that are going to be for sale in the auction on Sunday, but prior to Sunday, they'll be in these display tanks, and they go from like a 29-gallon or a 27-gallon cube tank all the way up to a 300-gallon tank with Starfire glass, which is that beautiful glass that you can see through so clear and with no greenish tint. And all of these display fish tanks, they come with a stand, a beautiful stand, a canopy, LED lights, filtration, heat, everything all ready to go, and it's all donated. So this is all available for what we call a silent auction. There'll be a sheet on the side of each one of these, and there's 12 different setups. Like I say, they go from 27 gallons all the way up to 300, so there's some. And that 300-gallon tank setup retails for over $8,000, and somebody's going to get it for way less than half of that. And so you just go up to the piece of paper on the side and you write down your name and you write down how much you bid. Obviously, it's got to be higher than a bid that's already on there. And then at the end, Saturday night at midnight, whoever has the highest bid on that sheet, they get to take it, the whole thing, for that price, except the fish. The fish are going to be auctioned off on Sunday. So if you want the fish too, you just bid on them in the auction. But that's a great opportunity. You can't fly home with one of these, but if you know you're driving, it's probably a very good idea to maybe make some space if you want to bring a real nice display set up home that's suitable for your living room. I mean, this is not the kind of thing you put in your basement. These are beautiful, complete with stands. It's gorgeous. You'll see. They're magnificent.
That's very cool. So I strongly urge any of my listeners from all over the United States and all over Massachusetts and New England, you really need to go to the ACA convention because it sounds like it's going to be wonderful. I'm looking forward to going this Saturday, or Saturday, August 1st, actually, and it's going to be a blast.
It sure is, and I would just like to once again recommend that anybody that needs some more information, go ahead on the website. It's ACA Convention 2015.com. lots of information on there and opportunities to sign up for anything you want. Also, I would like to point out that we have a Facebook group for people that like the social media, and it's just ACA space convention. So if you go on Facebook and type in ACA space convention, you should find our group. It's a closed group, but if you try to join, we'll let you in. and that's probably where you want to be to find out any of the stuff that's going on. A lot of people use that Facebook group to talk with each other, even during the convention. So, not only there'll be updates and things you might need to know about, people chatting back and forth on which restaurant they should go to, or who's got what fish for sale, who's bringing what, and I think you've been on it yourself, Alex, and you can say, gee, I'm looking for this kind of fish, who's bringing it, and you can arrange things. But even during the convention, sometimes people will say, I'm in room, this such and such, and this is a fish I've got for sale, and people go on up to that room and buy somebody's fish. So I would highly recommend if you're going to go to the convention that you join that Facebook group, because that's really where everything is happening, is on there. It's ACA Space Convention. It's a closed Facebook group, and we'd love to have you join us there.
Awesome. So I can't wait to go. I'm going to register on Saturday, and I'll register for everything that day so I can sit there and enjoy myself in the fish keeping hobby, and then I'll go to the auction on Sunday. So hopefully we'll have a lot of people from Western Mass joining us, because we really don't have that much happening up here in New England as far as a big cichlid show or any of this nature. So I think all of our fish-keeping listeners from New England and even all over the United States should take a strong advantage of this and go. So I'm really glad that I've made the decision to go, and I think it's going to be probably the best thing that we've ever had up here. And the Sheraton Hotel is very beautiful, one of the best hotels in Massachusetts. Now, are you guys allowing any photography? Like, can someone go in there and videotape and film?
Well, that's a great question, and you're right. The hotel is magnificent. If you've never gone into the meeting room area, there's a huge central atrium with balconies all around, and it really promotes visibility. You can see all the spaces at once, looking across this atrium. As far as photography, I don't think there's going to be any problem. Videoing, I think just get permission. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go up to someone and videotape them, just ask, I would say. And the speakers themselves probably would not like you to videotape their talk and then make it available. So there may be certain touchy things, but I know I walked around last year at the convention and took photos of everybody and and put it in a slideshow, as a matter of fact, and then showed it to them at the banquet. So it was very, very accommodating. Nobody said no. As long as they see that you're taking a picture and they pose for it, they've given you approval. They wouldn't pose if they didn't want you to do it. But I didn't have one person say, I prefer you didn't take my picture. So I think bring your camera and even bring your video, but I'd be a little bit leery of taking videos of the speakers giving their talks. I think that's the one thing I'd get prior permission for sure on.
Yeah, that's very true, because it could cause a lot of issues. But I'll definitely take pictures of the display tanks and everything and put on my Facebook
absolutely.
for people to see.
Yeah, and you can videotape that kind of stuff, no problem.
Awesome. That's going to be great. So hopefully all of our listeners will be able to join us, and I look forward to meeting some of our listeners out there in the ACA convention. So is there anything else that you think we should mention?
Well, boy, I usually forget something, but I think in a short time we've covered most of it. So no, we got speakers, we got trips, we've got vendors, we've got beer, we've got goodie bags, we've got a great hotel, we've got a tank decorating contest, we've got display tanks, and Yeah, and a banquet. I think we've touched it all, and a show, fish show, art show, photo show. So a little bit of everything for everybody.
Awesome. So I could just walk in Saturday and pay the $55 and then pay for the banquet too, and I'll be all set.
No, I wouldn't say so. No, I'm glad you asked. The hotel is going to need a couple of days' notice on how many meals to prepare for. So we're not going to be able to sell banquet tickets on Saturday. We're probably going to have to stop that on Thursday or Friday. Not sure. That's up to the hotel. When they say like at this point we need to know how many people are eating, then we got to close it at that, and it's probably going to be maybe Friday night. Probably Thursday, because I think they said they need 2 days. You can certainly walk in and register on Saturday, and we'll give you a name tag, and that'll be your admission to anywhere you want to go. But I wouldn't wait till Saturday to order a banquet ticket. I'd do that online. I'd do that in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. So good thing to know for any future listeners out there. Make sure you register early for the banquet. I should have known that. I forgot about that because I used to work in culinary arts.
Yeah, that's right. They don't want to find out 10 minutes before the banquet how many people are eating.
That was kind of stupid of me.
No, it's the kind of thing that you don't think of. You know, if you don't ask and no one has said anything, you don't realize. You think, well, I'll just show up and I'll just order everything I want, and you show up on Saturday and you find out there's no T-shirts left and it's too late to order a meal. So no, it's good that you ask, because a lot of people they don't think it out all the way and realize that there's got to be a cutoff at some point.
Yeah, it's a good point. One last thing I will mention for anyone that's not from New England, there's a lot of attractions in the area. Like 10 minutes from the Sheraton Hotel, you've got the Basketball Hall of Fame. For anyone that might like sports, that's very big here in Springfield is the Basketball Hall of Fame. And for those who love going on rides and amusement parks, we've got Six Flags New England, which is maybe 20, 30 minutes away. I actually have a season pass to that, so you can get in there for free with any season pass. So if you have a season pass for Six Flags in Georgia or New Jersey, you can get in Six Flags New England for free parking, and you actually get free dining at Six Flags too. I think you get a free lunch and a free dinner and a free snack now if you have the gold dining pass with your season pass. And there's also some fish stores up here that I recommend to anyone that is not from the area. We have School of Fish, Inc. They actually have a lot of cichlids. They like to carry a lot of the common cichlids, so you'll probably find things like Oscars and red devils and such there. Sometimes they'll have some of the rarer cichlids, like the 5-star jewel cichlids and rarer varieties of frontosias and things of that nature. So you would just have to go and see what they have. I haven't been there in a while. There's also a store called Fish Frenzy in South Hadley. So there's a lot of stuff up here that you guys can check out if you're coming from another state or another city. Springfield has a lot of stuff, like the Basketball Hall of Fame and the Sheraton Hotel. So I thought I'd throw that out there for somebody that was coming from out of state.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not from the Springfield area myself, so I'm not familiar with the fish stores that are going to be there. But we do have Mike Droughty from Imperial Tropicals down in Florida. He owns a fish farm down there. He's going to be setting up in the vendor room, and he'll have fish for sale in there that he's going to bring with him. We also have Butch from A.C.E. coming up, and Anthony from A.C.E. Cichlids is going to be there. Ned from Uncle Ned's fish factory is going to be there. Now, they may not be selling fish, but they're going to be enjoying the convention. And Dave Schumacher from down in San Antonio, Dave's Rare Fish. All the people that sell fish are going to be there. So even if they may or may not, be selling them at a vendor space, you could certainly talk to them about buying some fish. So if you're interested in fish, you don't even have to leave the convention. But it's good to know that there are some nice fish stores in the area that people might want to check out.
Awesome. So hopefully all of our listeners will be attending the ACA this year. And if you are, I'd like to meet you guys. So hopefully I'll be meeting some of our wonderful listeners. And I can't wait to meet you, Jim. It's going to be great.
Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting you and all of your listeners.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show today. I know you're a very busy man this time of year.
Well, this year. This is keeping me hopping.
Yeah, you must have a lot of fun.
And luckily, I've got another chairperson that works with me. Jim Cormier is also taking a lot of this on, so it's good to be able to share the load. But and we've got some great volunteers. A lot of people are pitching in and helping. But yes, this is definitely the busy time right now.
Yeah, it must be a lot of fun though. I'd have fun doing this kind of stuff.
It is, absolutely. It's I retired a few years back, and this has kind of been my project to keep me busy. And in as much as I'm looking forward to the event, there probably going to be a little bit of a letdown afterwards because my project will be over.
Yeah, well, you could try getting it in New England again.
Yeah, what's that?
I said you could try getting it in New England once again in a couple of years.
Oh, do it again. Yeah, probably not. I don't know about that. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of opportunity for to put on something that everyone likes, but there's always something that you didn't realize you needed to do, and there'll be things we'll have not go perfect. So every time something goes along, and so we'll see what the experience is like afterwards. But anybody that really wants to to have something that they don't think is right, be better just come on up and talk to me or Jim Cormier, and we'll see if we can't make it right for you. We want everyone to have a great time.
All right, awesome. So that's the ACA convention taking place July 30th to August 2nd, and I'm going to be there on August 1st and August 2nd. So anyone that listens to my show, you're more than welcome to meet and interact with me. I'd love to meet some of our fish-keeping listeners to the Aquatic Wetline and the American Aquarium Show. So, Jim, nice hearing from you today, and I can't wait to meet you on August 1st.
All righty. Thank you very much.